Without a doubt, the Bell Witch story is one of the scariest ones that came from the south of the United States. One of the worst families was the Bell family in Adams, Tennessee, as they were cursed for forever. Everyone has heard this story, and it has changed over the years. There are a lot of scary themes and moments in this one that can give you goosebumps. People have been interested in this story because it has some mysterious parts. The Bell Witch, also known as the Bell Witch Haunting, is a folklore legend from the southern United States that centers on the Bell family of northwest Robertson County, Tennessee in the 19th century. Farmer John Bell Sr. lived with his family along the Red River near Adams. According to legend, from 1817 to 1821, his family and the surrounding area were attacked by a mostly invisible entity capable of speaking, altering the physical environment, and changing shape. According to some accounts, the spirit was clairvoyant and could travel long distances at superhuman speed. Welcome to the beginning. Starting in the early 1800s, specifically in 1817, when farmer John Bell had some strange things happen on his farm, the Bell family started to have problems with strange things that they couldn't explain. This is the first torture the Bell family will go through. At first, they only heard strange, scary sounds that made them feel cold. It sounded like an evil spirit was scratching or knocking on their log house. But these occurrences quickly turned into even worse scenarios that are very upsetting in a surprisingly short time. The family started to notice they realized there was something strange going on. People were whispering at night. Their conversations could sometimes be heard by the family, but sometimes could barely be picked out. When they could be heard, there was huffing and puffing and bad language. Among the members of Bell family, John Bell and his daughter Betsy were hurt physically when the presence that was very clear started to show itself. Betsy screamed one day because of a scary incident that happened to her. Her voice was full of fear, and she described being hit, having her hair pulled, and feeling something pinch her skin that no one could see. In addition to being physically attacked, her father was also exposed to the entity's anger. When it came out that a spirit living at the Bell family home was responsible for the curse on John Bell because he owned a piece of land, the spirit was named Bell Witch. Her identity was revealed one day, and according to what most people think, John Bell and Kate had a disagreement about a land deal. Kate may have thought that John Bell had lied to her about a deal, which is why she cursed him and his family. She also made sure that Betsy's happy life turned into a horrific nightmare. However, the spirit sometimes showed kindness, especially to Lucy, John Bell's wife, and the most perfect woman to walk the earth. The witch was nice to John Bell Jr. She would sing hymns to her and give Lucy fresh fruit. The phenomenon gets worse. The Bell Witch didn't just attack people physically and mentally, but also liked moving things around, making changes to the furniture, and sometimes becoming clear on purpose. Talking about the Bell house and its ghostly activities, John Bell saw a strange animal that looked like a dog but had a rabbit's head. When Bell fired his gun at the beast, the haunting started, but the beast was gone. John Bell's son, Drew Bell, went up to an unidentified bird sitting on a fence. He said the bird was extraordinary in size as it flew away. Someone saw a girl in a green dress hanging from an oak tree branch. The daughter, Betsy, saw it. People said that Dean, a slave owned by the Bell family, noticed followed by a huge black dog when he went to see his wife at night. Participation in the community. As soon as the story spread, a lot of people rushed to Bell Farm to see what was going on there. General Andrew Jackson, who later became President of the United States, is known to have visited the Bell family's house. Jackson got very scared after what happened because the disturbances happened in front of him too. From what historians know, Jackson's wagon stopped moving as they got closer to the Bell's land. Later, Jackson said it was the Bell Witch who did it. A voice replied,
"All right, General, let the wagon move on. I'll see you again tonight."
The Witch's Revenge. It seems likely that the main goal of the personality known as the Bell Witch was to kill John Bell. John Bell's health has been getting worse over the years, and it has been getting worse lately. Because of the witch's attack, he had regular convulsions which were characterized by body twisting, and he sometimes had trouble swallowing. These two symptoms were both caused by the witch's attack. John Bell died in 1820, and soon after, a small vial with some kind of dark liquid was found next to his bed. The Bell Witch insisted that she was the one who killed him by poisoning him. Betsy Bell's torment. After her father was badly hurt by the witch's tricks and was in a lot of pain, Betsy Bell became the center of attention. There was a strong negative energy around Betsy's plans to marry Joshua Gardner, a man from this area. Betsy was abused by the witch most often when Joshua was around, which is why she decided to back out of the engagement. This choice seemed to keep Betsy from being directly tortured by the witch, but by giving her a life sentence, the show made her a scary figure for years to come. What happened next? People said the haunting continued after John Bell died, though not as often as before. According to history, one day the Bell Witch left while she told the family that she would return in 7 years, and as she said, she started acting again in 1828 and went after John Bell Jr. During this time, she had long conversations with John Jr. in which she made predictions and talked about her ideas. There she was again, but before she left, she said she would return in 107 years, which would be 1935. But there is no proof that she came back at that time, as written down. The Bell Witch Cave. The story of the weird and scary Bell Witch is now part of the history of all of America, not just the states that were talked about. For people who believe in witchcraft, the Bell Witch Cave on land that used to belong to the Bell family has also become a tourist spot. A lot of people think that the cave is where the witches do most of their work. Up to this day, strange stories about different things happening in the cave have been heard, and tourists often feel uneasy, hear loud noises, and see ghosts. Views based on science and doubt. People have tried many times over the years to explain the Bell Witch phenomenon to the public. Because of this, some researchers think that the events might have been caused by hallucinations, mental illness, or suggestions. It's safe to say that the family dealt with some of the mental stress and loneliness that come with living on the frontier. Some people think that Bell's other family members, or the people who lived next door, all fell for a big joke. The Bell Witch story, on the other hand, is still one of the most well-known scary stories in the United States. The famous story of Bell Witch will continue to make its place among America's most horrific and suspenseful ghost tales. Starting from mysterious noises and physical torture leading to of John Bell has left an unsolved question mark in history of Adams, Tennessee. The legend of Bell Witch challenges our understanding about these mysterious creatures. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the most eerie and strange story of history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more spine-chilling and horrific tales.